Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy, and today I want to show you the 2026 Norco Sight VLT TQ. And this is the C3 build that we currently have in stock here at the shop. Now, right off the bat, this bike does come in a few different models. So if you're looking for the same platform with a fancier parts kit, better suspension, or more premium components, Norco does offer that. But what's nice is that across the lineup, you're still getting the same overall frame concept and the same geometry platform. So the C3 is a really good way to get into this bike without jumping straight to the top end build. Honestly, e-bikes just keep getting more and more popular. You see way more people on them now than even a few years ago. And it makes sense. People want to get more laps in, ride further, climb easier, and just get more out of the time they have on the bike. For a lot of riders, especially if you've only got a couple hours after work, or you want to squeeze in as much trail time as possible, an e-bike starts to make a ton of sense. What's cool about the Sight VLT TQ is that it's not trying to be some huge, overpowering, full power e-bike. This is more of a mid-power, all-mountain e-mountain bike. So the goal here is to keep things feeling a little more natural, a little more playful, and a little closer to the ride feel of a regular mountain bike, just with some extra help when you need it. Norco says this platform is built around the TQ HPR 60 system with 60 Newton meters of torque and 350 watts max power. So it's definitely meant to balance assistance with a more natural trail feel. As for what the bike is actually designed for, this is an all-mountain bike through and through. It's meant to be the do-it-all option for the riders who want to climb efficiently, descend confidently, and ride a wide mix of terrain. It's not an XC bike, and it's not a full downhill sled either. It really sits in that sweet spot where it can handle technical climbs, rough descents, and long trail rides without feeling too extreme in either direction. The Sight platform has that modern, aggressive setup that gives you stability when speeds pick up and confidence when the trails get steeper. But it still looks like a bike you can move around on and have fun on. That's a big deal, especially on an e-bike, because a lot of the riders still want something that feels lively and not just planted and heavy all the time. One of the biggest features on this bike is, of course, the TQ system. This bike uses the TQ HPR 60 motor paired with a 580 watt-hour battery. You're getting a setup that gives you solid support on the climbs and lets you do longer rides or extra laps, but without going all the way into that big full power category. That's where this bike is going to make a lot of sense for a lot of riders. Some people don't actually want the biggest, heaviest, most powerful e-bike possible. A lot of riders want something that still feels like they're riding a mountain bike, still feels engaging on the trail, but just gives them that extra boost to ride more and get more out of every ride. It should also be a quieter, smoother, more subtle experience compared to a lot of the more full power options out there. So, if you're somebody who's been curious about e-bikes, but maybe doesn't want something that feels like overkill, this is a really nice middle ground. Now, on this C3 build, this is your more affordable entry into the Sight VLT TQ lineup. You're still getting the same frame platform, same motor, same battery, and same general ride character, but the build kit is where the higher end models step things up. As you move up in the range, you'll get nicer suspension, fancier components, and some more premium details. But the cool part is that the actual foundation of the bike stays the same. That's honestly something I think a lot of people appreciate, because the frame and the ride feel are the most important part. Parts can always be upgraded down the line, but if the frame geometry and suspension platform are good, then you're starting in the right place. So, who is this bike really for? I'd say this is a great bike for the rider who wants to do big trail rides, wants help on the climbs, and wants to get more descending into every ride without giving up the natural mountain bike feel. It's also a really good option for somebody coming off a regular trail or all mountain bike who's curious about e-bikes, but doesn't necessarily want to jump straight into the biggest and most powerful thing on the market. It also makes a lot of sense for riders who want to save some energy on long days, or even just people who want to do more laps after work without feeling completely cooked by the end of it. On the flip side, if you're looking for maximum shuttle bike effect and the most power possible, this bike might not be the one you gravitate toward first. This bike is more about balance. It's about having enough assistance to make a real difference while still keeping the bike fun, capable, and trail friendly. And honestly, that's why I think bikes like this have gotten so popular. Not everybody wants the most motor possible. A lot of riders just want a bike that helps them ride more, explore more, and enjoy the trail a little longer. and this kind of setup hits that really nicely. So overall, the 2026 Norco Sight VLT TQ C3 is a really solid option if you want a modern all-mount e-bike with a more natural ride feel. You're getting the TQ HPR60 motor, the 580 watt-hour battery, modern geo, and a platform that's available in multiple builds depending how high-end you want to go. The C3 just happens to be a really nice entry point into that lineup. If you've been thinking about getting into an e-bike, or you want something that gives you more range and more laps without feeling too overpowered, this is definitely one worth checking out. We've got this C3 here at Full Cycle right now, so come by the shop, check it out in person, and see if the Sight VLT TQ feels like the right bike for you. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let us know what you think about e-mountain bikes. See you next time.